Yay, welcome back all to another Pilferpup live art stream here on YouTube. So today we're going to be working on some background stuff, finishing some of this and maybe some other pieces too. So we'll see what happens. Enjoy. Play some music and let some people know. Episode 485, only 15 more episodes until 500. And you get to see this cool thing that I've been working on. Shh, keep it hush hush though. It'll be fun. Welcome, Loki. First day of school. Oh man, I'm sorry. How was it? I hope you had a good time. First day of school is usually not that bad. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it's not that bad. Other times it's pretty bad. Yay, okay, we're good. It's behind. Kujin, heart. Loki. It was meh. Call you Bucket. The one that stands out, the one that turns you down. You're like, well, you're just rude. I'm in an AP class and homework is intense. Oof. Y'all better like. Oh, thanks. I'll even like. How you doing, Mooks? I cannot have the sound on where I am, but hello. Oh, hello, Kujin. She asked to explain why I wanted a nickname, and I told her Bucky. That's one of my favorites. Blah blah. So she just called me Bucky instead. Oh, that's nice. That's cute. That's pretty cool. Maybe his coat's too big. Better. Good, I'm taking a 5-minute break from homework and then gonna go back. Oof, well thank you. 12 more maps of the world to go. Oh my gosh, good luck, friend. Oloria! Back. I've been back. You show that homework who's boss. You gotta beat it up. She did her best to read everyone based on body language and guessed correctly. One of the students had it tough. She gave him a hug. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty cool. I just opened up OBS. Oh, you were about to stream? I'm sorry. Or do you need help setting it up? Is that what you're saying? Because I will not help. No, I'm just kidding. I'll totally help you. I wanted to go further ahead. I was going to start a live stream in the next half hour, so I'm sorry. I mean, you obviously still should. She also immediately learned I don't have high self-esteem, and she was there to talk. So yeah, first day, and I like her already. That's awesome. Yeah, teachers are really good about that, or just like any trusted adult, really. You know, because it's really a matter of creating these situations that you have difficulty with and making them positive by the end of it, so that way you have a consistency of positive situations to create a foundation from. So moving forward, you know, like, oh, you know, this won't guaranteed be bad just because I think it will. That's just psychology in a nutshell. It's like survivalism. This like goes over here. No. It's called a reframing in psychology terms. Right. Yay for my unused master's degree. Same. Only I didn't get my master's. I was going to. And then I was like, this is too depressing to like upkeep. But I think it is good information to have, Aloria, obviously. Obviously. If you ever become an English teacher or a teacher that has writing assignments, please don't torture your students with that. Filler is like the worst thing ever. I'm right there with you, friend. Cause like, I purposely condense information as best as possible. I know that's like kind of not true because I have made it like a style out of like going on tangents. But that's also because everybody learns differently. So I try and phrase it in multiple ways, which could take a long time to explain, as you've seen me do multiple times. So it's like condensed information, but also multiple versions of it. Buenos tardes. Whoa, man, you're a TARDIS. You're a friggin' tardy McTardiston. Ooh, I like this ear. Is this song good? No, it's not. We'll do this one. This song's pretty fun. Never knew I wasn't having it. He's a TARDIS. Is he bigger on the inside? Oh my. Oh my. Song makes me so happy. It's a Doctor Who joke. Right, thank you. The Doctor's spaceship is called the TARDIS, right? Alora, I know you mean well, but that belongs on our whoosh. I know, not funny after it's explained. It's still funny, Aloria, alright? Oh, 1 map out of 12. Good job. You just gotta do it super fast. They kind of look taller than your other characters. They are. They're the older group. They're like more adults. Except for Ilix. Ilix is an adult, but they are very short. Rose! It's your grill, Rose. How you doing? Rose comes in with her kickflip and breaks my door down again. Stop it, Rose. Get some help. Ugh, I don't like this character's mouth, maybe. I'm gonna do one of these and see if I can fix them. Ooh, your character designs on these. Oh, thank you very much, Kujin. Silver, can I show you a horse I custom made in a game? Heck yeah, you can, friend. I would love to see that. Oh wow, that song's awesome. Yeah. Can I, you can type here? Heck yeah, I can. Kujin says that his sound isn't working, so I'm going to type to him. Ugh. Can't get his face to look right. Boo. Intense Christmas battle music. Why does it have to be Christmas music? Because it's got a little jingle jangle to it. That was a good song. I'm really gonna have to design his head a little bit better. Maybe his hair is too big. Should this be bigger? Is this also Christmas music to you, Esfilze? No. It's the same song again. No! It's, yes. Sup, Kono Dio? Or, how you doing, friend? Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate that. Re. Ray! Getting splemished. Messaged. Spam messaged. Splemeshaged. One of those words. Oh, thank you. I'll check them out soon, friend. I don't know why I moved those.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. Sims 3 Pets Edition. That's cool. I don't know they had horses now. Very cool. I'll check him out a little later, friend. Working on some stuff right now. Oh, that song's so good.
And there we go, folks.
More pogo! Ree!
Your heart's running away with your head. Come on. I've thought it all out. It just wouldn't work. Beautiful. It just isn't done that well.
The son of the queen, the life hang. Can you let go and yes, those poor people. Well, now we're beginning to form. Can you let go and yeah, I guess so. And down, that's me too. And down, the life hang. And down, the life hang. Oh, that's me too. And down, the life hang.
Come on. We'll do it.
The son of the queen, the life hang. Can you let go and I'd like to kiss. Now we're beginning to form. Can you let go?
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess so. And down, that's me too. The life hang. That's me too. The life hang.
Love you more than life itself.
Yay, Pogo's best. Oh, this is Zafreen. This is Farron. This is Ilix. Oops. They're kind of from later in the graphic novel, but I wanted to lock down their designs before getting to their part that I've been drawing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I make up all these names based around, like, the provinces or wherever they're from, like country, culture. Yeah. She's a deer. Or a fawn, I guess you could say. And then he's a fox. A black fox. A black blocks. There's a skunk. With no tail. The skunks killed off all of the birds, so they're kind of like outlawed, or they're just like deeply hated. So he cut off his tail to like kind of hide. He doesn't really have a sense of purpose anymore. He just kind of exists, but he follows Farron. Because Farron, like, puts him to work and just gives him, like, a reason to exist. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I always like trying to figure out what colors I'm gonna use for this, for like these pieces. I think this needs to go up a little bit more. It's got a huge black tail. I don't like his face though. Fair. Fair, and I don't like your face. So rude.
It begins on a dark night.
This isn't too bad. Oh.
Look at this. You're not gonna find another girl like her in a million years.
It's all so magical.
I've never
Fun, that fez someday a boo.
and does the same. Never done. I've never
Fun, that fez someday a boo. Do you trust me? Say to me,
Have my life.
wonderful
time in my you should salam.
father.
Once you color it, it might make them. I might make them if they were normal four-legged animals. If that's good. Oh, that would be fun. You'd have to keep like maybe like their ear designs and then their just like some of their hair too.
You should.
I ran away, and I am not going back.
Let's make some magic!
It'd be really good practice, that's for sure. And I'm all about that practice.
This girl.
I've never
Fun, that fez someday a boo. There's no time in my life without you.
done. I've never
Fun, that fez someday a boo.
I ran away, and I am not going back.
Pull the
And I am not going back.
You should.
collar back.
I ran away.
Did you see where I said I sent the horse edits? I did because I was putting my ferret away. So I don't know if you saw it. Oh, I didn't. I did see that.
All so magical.
I will show off one of your horses. Which one do you want? The gray, the blue, the brown, or the black? I'll let you choose one. There you go.
Have my life.
Wonderful
Time in my you should salam.
father, and does the same.
Oh yeah, his it actually goes back. I had to make this like complex shape for his collar to show like how prominent of a character he is, or his
Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
that like protagonist outfit. Oh, I like this one. Bambino.
They tell you my lives, why did we all? He can do my lives, why did we all?
I need to watch this movie again. Bambi. It was like my favorite when I was a kid.
Don't you remember? You could. Don't you remember?
Don't say
You could.
don't say
Don't you remember? You could. Don't you remember?
don't say
You could.
don't in my lives, why did we all? In my lives, now the other one. In my lives,
It's a really fun one. It doesn't have a name yet. Okay, let me see. Oh, it's a horse. You do love your horsies. A couple of horses. There we go.
What you do? Could. What you do? Could.
Alright, see you later, Kujin. Thanks for joining, friend. Bye. I presume you started school as well, Rose?
Don't you remember?
Don't say
You could.
you could.
Don't you remember?
You could.
Don't you remember?
Don't say
You could.
you could. Don't
His head should technically be like this size. So his hair might be a little bit small. What's the next song they got? I don't want to listen to that one. Groove? No. I don't want to listen to that one either. I want to listen to Boy and Bear. This one's cute. Oh!
Christopher Robin, what exactly?
People that tell me I did. Aww.
Well, I'm told it means going along, listening to all the things you can't hear, and not bothering.
Well, I think you're great, friend. There you go, that's a lot better. Now his face has like actual proportions. There we go. It's got that like fox snout. Look, oh yeah, the brown, it's really nice. I actually like the blue one the most, I think. Is your blue horse. It's got like, or the black one's really cute too. Horses are fun. I'm glad you're having fun with that game though. I always like The Sims. I always get kind of devious towards the end of a run though. When I'm like getting bored of it too much. I'll put the people in a pool and I'll remove all the ways to get out and they just like swim around. Or if you get rid of the bathrooms, it's just fun playing like chaos with them. Kind of devious. Kind of rude. Blue Road. Oh, nice. Blue Road.
One, two, three. Jump with me. Us with me. Oh, with me. Such fun. Jump with me. Us with me. Jump. Oh, with me. Me.
It's Kermit the Frog.
Music and good times. Great big hit. Lecture on. Great big hit. Music each day. Check with me. Us with me.
It's this right here.
With me. Such fun. With me. One good us with me. Jump. Oh, with me. Lecture on. Music each day is a it's just lecture on.
The blue round, I'll show it for you, friend, because it is important to you. Horses. Horse anatomy. I should draw more horses, but they make me sad. Because horses are really hard to draw. Horse running was really hard to do. Oh, that was a good song. I need a new playlist. I need my League of Legends playlist of good old League music to play. Ooh. Yeah, that's always a really good practice, is drawing just all animals from those different angles so you have an idea of the volume, especially if you animate them turning. Which I might have to do. I like the skunk guy the most. What's his personality? He's kind of like quiet. He doesn't really talk much. He'll just respond. He's kind of a... I wrote him to kind of be like an NPC, like in a game where like they don't really have anything to say unless they're approached, and it's just because if you know of Lullaby, I can draw Lullaby real quick. There's a similarity between them. They're both this, like, in an RPG, there's like these classes, right? You get to choose like what you do in that game. And so Lullaby is what's called a worship, where they use like this astral magic kind of. She's kind of got an arrogance to her. There we go. Who knows what's up? She's a sheep. They are the same thing, but he rejected like the astral. So now he's known as like a faith breaker, and they're very heavily exiled because the worship are meant to be like these people that preserve peace, and it's kind of like a vow for your entire life to be that thing. So he just hangs out with Farron because Farron gives him stuff to do that gives him like purpose. So it's like once you unbind yourself from the astral, it'll it's like you don't have a soul anymore. You just kind of like exist, and that's Ilix. So it's kind of a sad story for him, or rather, it is a sad story for him. And then Lullaby ends up dying, so that's too bad for her. Oh my gosh, it's a doggo. Ruff. It's what would be, I guess you could say, an equivalence like a cleric. And they both have those long sleeves. Yeah, Farron, Pherrin. He and like later in the story, he and her switch bodies so that he can sacrifice her but maintain her soul in his body. They're both master strategists, and they get on each other's nerves like the entire time, but they were forced to be bound together, so they kind of hate each other for like the beginning, but then they fall in love like as the story progresses. No, he dies. His body dies. His soul goes off to what's called Halos. Because there's Halos and Havanir, which is like heaven and hell. But hell is more like purgatory, where you just kind of like sit in a prison of existence, where it's just like you just drift for eternity. And then much, much later, they pull his soul out of Halos to be in his body. Because in a way, Ilix does love Farron, but not in like any like smoochy way. It's just like a respect, I guess, for like everything that he's been doing and working on. Because Farron's just this like absolute mastermind. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. I try and have all these relationships intertwined. I'm not very good at telling it in person. So I apologize if like my explanations are kind of poor. I'm trying my best. What if I got rid of this sash? Yeah, I guess you could say. It's more of like an admiration, because Ilix doesn't have emotions. He can't really feel anything, because he doesn't have a soul. So everything he does is based off just like instinct, and instinct for any living thing, and even like reality, is to bind together, or like be together, so that you have protection. So Ilix is like, whereas it comes off as, if it could be like a form of affection, it's really just like a reactive source of comfort, I guess you could say, that the body would feel. But there are hints of his spirit left, or his soul left, so maybe he's in there still, maybe not. That's kind of left up for like the viewer to decide. Yo, how you doing, friend? Always a pleasure. No, there's nothing posted yet. It's because I keep rewriting and changing things, and like, I had the stories very separate, and then originally this was like an anime. They would have had like human bodies and stuff, but I liked the way the story intertwined with my other ones, so I rewrote a majority of it to like fit in with Bright Sky, and then Pilferpup and Bright Sky and Far Tavern. This is Far Tavern. Were like 3 separate storylines that paralleled, but then I like smushed them all into one, so now I'm reworking it so it's more like a novel or like a book. So yeah, but also a graphic novel. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You missed everything, Kona, Chrono, Cochino. Sorry. It just means like dirty boy in Spanish. Ay, cochino. Used to be my nickname. Oh my. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot to me. I hope to make it as engaging as possible, really. But whether or not it will be, I don't know. I think it will. That one bird-like creature holding a mighty golden cookies with one hand, and the two fox creatures preparing to attack with the other also power him. Slash meow. Huam, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Is there one of those characters that pops in every now and then, annoys them like crazy? There's a few, but not in this crew. This crew's too refined. They're like masters, master commanders. There's like not really any room for mistake here. Even like Farron doesn't hold a weapon because he doesn't need to. Shoulder would go back to here like that. It's an Everseed. So these seeds they create in a way that a tree branches out with like roots at the bottom, right? It branches out. It does the same thing between two individuals. So it's like a marriage of souls. And you have to plant it within like your spirit. So he's offering them the option of binding their souls where if one dies, the other does too. But it also allows for like the linking of spirit. So they kind of become like one mind, I guess you could say. There's like a lot of potential behind it. There's very few of them in the world. But nobody knows where they come from either, so maybe there is more. Right. Well, I mean, if one dies, the other does, so. You both have to be willing to take that sacrifice. The idea is because, like, as I told you prior, they switch souls, so that way he can die in her body. He can die in her body. So after they use it, she's like, oh, I don't feel any different. And, you know, it's like, oh, nothing seems to have changed. And it's because he didn't accept it, so nothing ended up happening, between them. So when they did it because, what's it called? They agreed that because one of them, she would have to die, and he knew that she would switch with him. So she's like, well, then we'll both die, you know, so that way you can't go off alone and I'll stay here. So he, like, lies to her, and then in the end, like, is the one that does it anyway, that switches with her to, like, save her, or at least to save her soul in, like, his body. And so the whole thing was set up, and Ilix knew, because Ilix is, like, right there with him the whole time. One want to kill one, but not the other. They can't, and bad side of someone wants them both dead. Just have to kill one. Right, exactly. Later, there's another group of characters, Belly Rub and Lyria, and then Belly Rub's up there. You can see Lyria above my head. They bind, but they had bound, like, much previously to save him, because he doesn't have a soul. So she links her soul to his body so that his body can live, to put his soul back into it. That's what their story is. So that happened when they were like 2. But what's it called? Where was I going with this? I was trying to explain something. Oh yeah, so his body dies, but since there's no soul in it anyways, it doesn't matter. There's, like, no soul lost, so hers doesn't die. Where I was going with this, because you said if one dies, then the other does. So because his body doesn't have a soul, he ends up linking it with all these different people so that they can't kill each other. And so he has, like, a whole squad of people that are linked to him, and they think that, like, if they kill each other, they'll die, but what they don't know, and they can't kill him either to unbind it. So they're like, well, what do we do? Oh, I guess we have to just, like, keep him safe. So he forces this group of people to go along with them on this, like, big adventure. And in the end, they find out that, like, they didn't even need to keep him alive the whole time. They could have just let him die. But of course they stay, because they end up liking him. feel like this is too detailed now. There's too much going on in his outfit. Oh no, you're fine. I actually really appreciate these questions. It means a lot to me. Their voices would stay the same because your voice is dictated by your body, not by your soul. His is all like echoey though, because it's inside the mask. But like, would Ilix have a high-pitched voice or low, and the others, what would they have? He's like generic anime protagonist male, and she's very much generic anime protagonist female. So if you watch any anime, you'll see that they have the exact same voice setup. If you were to do like a... Well, I haven't seen My Hero Academia, but like in Naruto, it'll be like the Akatsuki. That's basically what they are. And so Ilix is like a normal low pitch, but it has like that echo from being inside the inside the mask. Or actually, I have a better idea. It would be more like kind of like this, where it's more of an echo inside a mask, and then it would have that like hum that you have from talking inside it. So it'd be pretty cool. I like that idea. Which is why he's inside a mask. Yeah, thank you. How would they react if I hooked them? It was just so cute. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I did try to give him like a gentle demeanor. He'd probably just like stand there and accept it. He doesn't have much in the form of like a reaction. The soulless tend not to. He'd let you hang out there. He'd be okay with it. He would just keep working there. That's all he does. He's like me. The hugs. Farron would just be like, they're there. They'd just be like, okay. Because he's a captain, he's like a master, a grand admiral, so he'd just be like, okay, like they're there. And then she'd probably be more sympathetic. She's more like a well-rounded character. Or like a normalized character, I should say. Not well-rounded. She's pretty well-rounded, though. Give her suspenders. Do you like the shirt coming down like this though? Like a baseball shirt almost. You do with these guys, so cute. And Ilix, let's say someone came and took Farron and he was the only one that could rescue him. I don't know if somebody could necessarily kidnap Ilix. Farron would probably just let him like be stolen, and I can guarantee everybody that took Ilix, whoever did, like depending on the situation, if it was to harm him or use him for like, what's it called, like a bounty, like, oh Farron, you have to be here if you want to do this. Farron wouldn't even need to show up. Like the episode would play out where, like, let's say in the beginning he gets taken. The only reason he even got taken is because they already knew that the people that took him were no threat. If they were a threat, they'd probably be in like either a big fight if they were equal, or if they were any less at all, they'd be dead. So because they're no threat, they're no threat, Ilix would just end up being taken with them, and then he'd be handcuffed, you know, whatever. And then the whole episode would be like, oh, blah, 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 we have this whole thing set up, you know. Like, the thieves would be like, oh, we got this whole thing set up, you know. Your captain's gonna show up, and we're gonna ambush him, blah, blah, blah. And Ilix is just gonna sit there. And then by the end of the episode, where, like, the big climax is, it's gonna be where they're like, he should be here any moment now. And it's literally goes back to like Farron on the ship, and he's just still working, like hasn't even left or even put a thought into it. And it's because Ilix is in no danger, so Ilix just like unlocks one of his gases, because he has these like vials of like poisons that he does, which is why he has that mask. And he just kills everybody and just walks out and comes back to the ship by the end of the episode. And then that would be like the whole thing. Like, it's this whole build-up for no reason. They've been through too many situations to where they've mastered the majority of the situations that they can get in, unless it has to deal with a Devourian. Which Devourian are like this world's equivalent to what a dragon or a demon would be. If you were to fuse demon dragons, undead demon dragons. So if it was a Devourian, then that's a different thing, because you cannot kill them. Give Alex a hug wagging her. You're so cute. Ooh. May not feel like I do, but I still think you're the most adorable guy ever. Oh! You'd be all about Alex. He's your boy. He's your homie. It's like kind of done. Except for this. Well, I appreciate you having you enjoying my characters. It means a lot. Senpai. He's like super old though, but I guess that makes sense. That's fine. Let's see if I could draw Ilix again for you with like a more copy. Do that. Put it over here. Make him smaller. I'm being honest, I'm crushing on him a bit. Oh, that's fine. You're allowed. Age doesn't matter in Russell's book. Russell here is about 200 years old. Oh my gosh. About plague doctors. Oh, nice. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, Ilix is pretty cool. I like him. It's hood that goes like this. I did too much of a dynamic angle for this. He's like a shorty. Heart rose. And then his coat goes down like this. Probably goes to like here there. Alex has not made my boyfriend jealous. Wait, idea. What if a random girl walked up to him, says, "Will you marry me?" Just a random idea. I know he has no soul, but still, what would his reaction be? Oh my gosh. He would probably just stare at him. He'd probably just be like, okay. But it wouldn't be like, okay, because he wants to or doesn't want to. It would just be like, okay. And then if, like, in the middle of their marriage, them getting married, somebody else asked him the same thing, he would probably just be like, okay. He would honestly probably be more like, no, I have work to do. He's like, I apologize. But there's still work to do. There's work that must be done. It's like a hazmat suit. Alex doesn't have time for anything. He's just a poor boy. He's just a sad boy. If there ever was a part where where Ilix did get his soul back just because, if it wasn't like the climax to an ordeal or like an arc, like the Ilix arc, you know, in a story where it's like these are his episodes that have to do with like the story and him, or his tie to it, and he got his like soul back. If he didn't die as like the final deed before like receiving a soul, or receiving a soul then dying as like the big like, oh my gosh, it was so good, so beautiful, you know, what a sad ending for him, but like a beautiful ending, like bittersweet. It would be like the episodes following, if he lived, the episodes following would be like, oh, where's Ilix? Oh, he's in his workhouse crying again because he's like, he has his soul again, and all these emotions are like flooding back from like over time, and he's like remembering all this stuff, and because he can understand it now, he's just like constantly weeping, and it's like, you need to stop. I need to figure out his design from the side too. I have some time left. So does he think more, oh, like a child or more like an adult? He is more like an adult. I mean, he is an adult. He's like pretty old. He's not like ridiculously old. He's probably just like 19 or something. I don't know. But you know, he didn't lose it when he was like young, too young. Trying to figure out his boots. This like tail that comes out like this is like a duck or something. Something like that. Perfect. Oh, oof. There we go. And then at a certain point, this hat will close. And eat Ilix. And he becomes something completely different. Perfect. I'm Hispanic, so get like crazy claws. He becomes death, or a form of death. Where's the, there we go. It becomes like this thing. It's like, meh. It's got like claws and stuff. This like weird creature thing. I can just eat everyone. Yeah, that's Doran. Or not Doran, sorry, that's Ilix. This, his butt goes down like this. He's just a really weird kid. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Creature form or not. Yeah. Alright, well I think that's a good place to end the stream for the night. I have to start getting ready for work. I only work a few hours tonight, but it's fine. Thanks for joining all. Sign Hayhaven, Rosla. Thanks so much for hanging out and asking all those wonderful questions. It was a pleasure talking about my characters and my story with you. It's like one of the things I love doing most. I think I put myself in a bad place of like really trying too hard to make it perfect instead of just putting it out, and that's something that I'm practicing right now. It's just like, don't worry about you know, the quality necessarily. Obviously the quality is important, but more just like putting it out and getting it out there so you guys can enjoy it the way I do and the way I think you will. But yeah, have a great night and stay safe. Bye.